right. Good evening and welcome to your view with me, JJ Tabane. Of course, the big news today dominating the headlines is the coronavirus. It's an open line tonight. You can give me a ring now on 010-594-5140. How is it affecting you? How do you, what's your response to the state of a disaster that's been declared by the president last night? What's your response to how the ministerial committee this morning gave the details in the various sectors, be it transport, health, and so on, about what needs to be done? Give me a ring now on that number 010-594-5140. Let's take a look at this package prepared by Newsroom Africa reporters.
Coronavirus patients in South Africa is now over 60, with the youngest infected person being just 3 years old. It is a development that has brought Cabinet together to map a way forward and deal proactively with the deadly pneumonia-like illness. But government has warned that the virus will expose the country's inequalities.
At the moment, the people who have been found to have the infection are those who had the means, resources to visit Italy, Switzerland, Canada, US. But advantage of those is that you can get them back, you can quarantine them in their homes. Once this infection begins to spread in the taxis, in the trains, in the informal settlements, it's going to create a new dynamic.
And then followed an announcement that those who are in the country on visas could see them nullified.
We're going to revoke the visas already issued. Between January and February, we've issued 8,339 visas to China. This will be revoked. And in the same period, January and February, we've issued 429 visas to Iran, and this will be revoked.
Domestically, early school closures are set to go ahead on Wednesday. Communities have been asked to help needy families look after their minors, as many parents will still need to work.
We expect communities to use the very same coping mechanisms, but in addition we are asking communities to assist, but there is no way, because we have thought about different matters as the sector and the money. There's no way we can take care of 12 million kids outside the education system infrastructure.
Gym fanatics and those planning to go visit places of worship or simply get married, those plans need to be halted.
The rights that could be limited by the Disaster Management Act and the various legislation, including sports and so forth, include Section 15, the right of freedom of religion, belief and opinion. Section 17, right of assembly, demonstration, picket and petition. Section 18, right to freedom of association. Section 21, right to freedom of movement and residence.
Cabinet has not ruled out the possibility of a state of emergency. If invoked, those within the South African borders could soon find themselves confined to their four walls. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Sindisiwe Twala in Pretoria.
Okay, clearly we all have to change our habits in that regard. There's going to be a lot that we need to do quite differently. Give me a ring. How is it affecting you? You know, what are the conversations happening around Corona? I know that a lot of people, have found a way to make light of it. But in fact, we're talking here about a national emergency. That may indeed, be something that, can stand in the way of dealing with this thing properly, because some people may take what you say lightly as something that's not so serious. For example, how people greet and so on. Has it sunk in your view, or have you seen the reduction of people being physical about it? Let's go to the lines now and go to Nkuna in Limpopo. Good evening, Nkuna.
Yes, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm all right, thank you. What's on your mind?
No, I just want to know what about people who are using the public transport like taxis and trains?
The people, say again, the people who are doing what?
Are using the public transport like trains and taxis.
what has happened is that in that regard, the Minister of Transport has said that there was going to be random testing. Right, so in trains, in places like Park Station or other ranks like that in other provinces, there will be random testing to make sure that they can pick up people who may be with difficulty. Secondly, there is also suggestions of increasing public awareness through taxi drivers and other public transport officials like that. Nguna?
So in other words, they're not going to use taxis and trains.
They're not going to use what?
They are not going to use the taxi and trains.
No, they'll use it. I was saying that the Minister of Transport says that even though you are using it, they will step up issues of testing. So they will walk into a taxi rank or stop a taxi and test people at random. That's what is being said. So you can still use those modes of transport, but exercise hygiene.
That means before you use it, they are going to test you.
They can stop your taxi and test you and your fellow passengers, not before you get in.
They will test each and every person there.
No, random means they won't test everybody. They will test at random, okay?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, no, thanks very much for that.
All right, Nguna there in Limpopo. Of course, certainly a lot more work needs to be done, because if you are testing people at random, it means that maybe you may need to test many more of a bigger sample for you to be able to get to a point where this thing can become useful. Otherwise, it may not help the situation. But of course, the ministers, I'm sure, do know what on earth they are doing in that regard. So the transport issue, very serious. There are lots of people, and if you look at some of the trains, the overcrowding in the trains, you wonder how that's going to be dealt with.
That was my concern.
All right, Daddy. Thank you so much. All right. So one of the things that were raised today by the Minister of Justice is the issue of correctional services. Now, there is apparently 23% of overcrowding in our correctional facilities, and of course that raises the issue about how the spread will be curbed in that regard. Let's take a look at that package, talking about correctional services and what needs to be done there.
Correctional services facilities like this one will not be allowing visitors for the next 30 days. President Cyril Ramaphosa on Sunday banned all prison visits. This is to control the spread of the COVID-19 virus, particularly in environments like prisons. But some family members have concerns. This woman's grandson is remanded at the Rooigrond prison pending his murder case. She says she's worried as she needs to give him toiletries. The Rooigrond prison accommodates 1,902 sentenced inmates and 179 remanded detainees. Minister of Justice and Correctional Services Ronald Lamola says extra hygiene measures will be taken in all prisons.
The inmate prison population of South Africa is 154,223. So it's a huge population which we cannot take any risk on. And thanks to the President's foresight, when he did the remission in December, we had an overcrowding of almost 37%. But as we speak today, the overcrowding in our cells is 23%, and the department is ready, will be able to contain and manage anything inside the cells in terms of testing, in terms of isolation, in terms of any measure that is needed.
The Rooigrond prison is issuing out these pamphlets to inmates, educating them on how to protect themselves from contracting the virus. This is a necessary precaution as most prisons battle with overcrowding. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Zintle Kanyane in Mahikeng.
All right. Alfred in Harangua, good evening to you.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm on JJM and I'm not well.
What's wrong, my brother?
My problem is this coronavirus.
What's wrong?
Our government they didn't come with a plan.
Why do you say that?
Every day they are talking about a plan. But if you look at us the black people,
yeah,
we have a problem here. We are the majority. And then our government says they will test the people randomly at the taxes. But how? How? You must come up with a plan. There is no plan here. All what we are waiting is to die, man.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. We are the majority, and then how can I go like a discrimination? Majority of them, they are very poor.
Marapa, plan. I get President Mawano announced schools are going to be closed, for example. That's part of the plan, so that this thing doesn't spread. We are reducing schools to activity immediately. So from Wednesday, so that's part of the plan. The second part, if you have more than 100 people, those gatherings are not allowed. That's why you see that PSLA considered the match, jalo. So I think that maybe the plan is still being explained by different ministers, but don't say there's no plan.
No, I want to play. Not sure why I want to play. How many people? Yesterday they were talking about
61 by yesterday. Yes.
Yeah. Yesterday I'm from Limpopo. Yesterday we were complaining about those people who are in Limpopo for quarantine. Today, the first case of coronavirus in Limpopo. Let me tell you, it's a matter of time. They will tell us that Limpopo in Alaba 50 coronavirus. Imagine the poor people of Limpopo. Imagine that.
Maragiri, that's why are canceling the gatherings. Big gatherings, already canceling.
No. JJ, to cancel gathering, you are not solving the problem. You are not solving the problem. Come up with something. For example, special sarangua, the complexing, restoring material warena, but waruna test and then let's not discover coronavirus. That's not a plan.
All right,
I disagree with that plan.
Alfred,
thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah. Alfred there in Karangua. There's no plan, he says. Do you think there's no plan? I think there's a pretty good plan. Of course, the taste of the pudding, as they say, is in the eating. I think that's the correct phrase, which means that we want to see that plan and that state of disaster being implemented properly, because this is a national emergency and we all have to pull together to make it work. At the bottom of the hour, Padile Hota, former Statistician General, joins me for a right to reply to criticisms leveled against him by the Minister in the Presidency, Jackson Tem. Stay tuned.